What is up, guys? If you guys are watching this video, this means Thunder has just done us a solid and basically allowed us to have our video on his channel. We're really grateful for that, and we hope you guys enjoy what we're posting up. This is completely different from anything you've seen, so we hope you guys enjoy this video. And without further ado, let's get into the intros. My name is Dentez. No, the D is not silent, but it is big. And alongside with me is my home skillet bee biscuit Wuzzy.
What is up, guys? As you already know, my name is Wuzzy, and no, I am not fuzzy, but I got some Call of Duty gameplay here for you guys today. And before we get into it, this is going to be completely different. This is unconventional. We have to talk about this a little bit, but the gameplay that you're seeing on screen is a dual play, so you're going to see both point of views. You'll be able to look in the bottom left-hand corner of who's up right now, and the top right corner is going to be the other person. So basically me and Dentez. And today we have a challenge, and what I mean by that is our subscribers tell us exactly what to use, and they control our entire Pick 10 class system, including the game type and the score streaks. So without further ado, today's challenge comes from somebody who goes by the gamer tag EPHXZ, and the reason why I spelled this because I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher his name. But his challenge consists of a riot shield with flat jacket, fast hands, scavenger, and tactical mask as the perks. He wanted a combat axe, and he wanted 2 shock charges, and for the game type he wanted hardpoint, and last but not least he wanted the score streaks UAV, counter UAV, and orbital VSAT. So this is typical of what you see on our channel all the time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's something new, something different. We give the viewer back the control. Now, Dentist, if you were to rate this challenge 1 to 10, 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest, what would you rate it?
This challenge was definitely high up there. Probably have to give it an 8, mainly because we didn't have much to rely on. We used the riot shield to, try to sneak up on people and, have cover. And then it was, pull out a knife and knife them while they were reloading or tomahawk them if we could. And just play as cautiously as we can. Towards the end, we got a little sloppy, but it ended up working out for the better.
Yeah, I'd probably give this a 7 or 8, and the reason why I think we're not giving it like a 9 or a 10 is because of the game type hardpoint. We really try to utilize getting into those hard points, getting the points, and it really helped out for us in the end. Like Denta said, we were using the riot shield mainly as a distraction tool, and then we would knife them. They really didn't expect us to just run at them with a knife when we had the riot shield pointed to them. And since we had fast hands, it was really easy to switch in between those things like the knife and the tomahawk. It was so easy to throw it out of the riot shield and so easy to switch to the knife to kill them. So we really wanted to utilize that riot shield as a distraction tool more than anything else. And having the shock charges really did help out a lot. We didn't really use them to throw it at the people and then tomahawk them. We kind of used them as a proximity mine. So if somebody were to get hit, we would turn around and go get them. But other than that, the challenge was a lot of fun. And if you were to change anything to make it more effective, Dentez, what would you change?
Well, pretty much everything. Just override the entire class. Definitely add a gun, an actual gun. Anything really, I don't care. As long as there's something that shoots bullets, I will allow it to be on that class, so to speak. And really perks, I don't really care to change. It was fine as it was. But definitely just have a gun on there. Just like I said, any gun. Period. Just to give it a little bit more of a variety.
Yeah, actually, for this class setup, for what its purpose is, this is actually a really good setup for it. You have flat jackets, so you don't have to worry about explosives like bouncing Betty, C4s, and stuff like that. You have fast hands, so you can switch in between your tomahawk and your knife really fast. Scavenger to pick up the tomahawks, and, well, not to pick up the tomahawks. I guess scavenger is the least effective thing on the class setup. But you could probably get rid of that. You don't really need toughness because you're not really shooting. So it's not a matter of needing toughness. But you can probably get rid of that whole perk altogether and that perk 2 greed and use the points for something else. But other than that, this class setup is really good. Tactical mask to help you from shock charges and stuff like that. Yeah. Overall, this is really good. Maybe put on hardwired, so you would be protected from EMPs or cold-blooded, something like that, instead of the scavenger. Definitely be effective. The UAV, counter UAV, and orbital VSAT is a really good thing to use because those score streaks are going to give you a lot of points and just going to help you since you're only running around with a knife and a riot shield and a tomahawk. But with that being said, we wanted to talk about a little bit about something that's going on with the new Call of Duty game. If most of you probably know already, but if you pre-order the new Call of Duty Ghosts, you get this map called Free Fall. And basically what it is it's a new dynamic map, and basically the way that it's going to play is the map is always going to be changing as you play the game. And from what I read, supposedly there's going to be a part when the map changes and you're running on the whole map is a skyscraper turned over on its side, and you're basically fighting inside this building, but like the windows have now become the floor, if that makes any sense. So there's going to be a part of the map where you could possibly fall to your death through the windows. And I was having this conversation with Dentes, and I was like, I don't know if I would really enjoy that. Like, if we were doing a challenge and then all of a sudden I fell through the window and I was one off of a score streak or something, that would make me pretty mad, to be honest. So, I mean, I like the idea of the dynamic maps, but at the same time, I kind of wish that they wouldn't go to this extreme. But then again, I don't know how it's gonna be. What do you think about it, Dentes, the whole dynamic map thing in its entirety?
Well, it'll definitely add a lot of variety to the game. It'll make it a lot more interesting. One misconception that people have is they think that dynamic maps is the same thing as destructible environments. Particularly, Battlefield is known for the destructible environments, but they're two different things, and a lot of people don't realize that. Um, when you think of a dynamic map, one thing that I did notice is, okay, say there's a pile of logs on one map. If you would like to shoot the tie, the logs would fall down, and it will block off a certain area of the map that's no longer accessible. That is a dynamic map. You're changing the way the map is. Now, with something like Battlefield, where it's a destructible environment, you're kind of changing the environment of the map, but you're not changing it uh, to the entire degree where part of a map becomes inaccessible. I mean, okay, yeah, you'll blow up a building, but you can't get in that building anymore, but it doesn't really change the entire game flow of the map or anything like that. When it comes to dynamic environments, you change, routes. Routes become changed, and, everything becomes different. And, with the glass thing that he was talking about, the glass floor, say that glass was to fall, and, that part of the map is no longer accessible. Now you're shooting at each other from across that hole in the building, or you have to go around now. That's basically it.
Yeah, you came up with a pretty good point there. Like in Battlefield, like you can destroy a building, but most of the times that doesn't change how you go after the objective. You can destroy the building that the objective is in, and it will completely destroy the objective. Now, that's not going to change the way people move through the map because that objective's already been destroyed. With Call of Duty, it's very different. So, like, let's say you go on the left side of the map to get to the headquarters. If somebody uses those logs to close off the left side of the map, you can't use it anymore. You have to go around and try to find another way after that. So I think that's a very good topic to bring up. Totally different things between destructible and dynamic maps. The easiest way I can give an example of it is probably Hydro on Black Ops 2. So this is not something that you can control, but during a certain part of the map, you have an area where the whole underground part of it becomes water, and this it just shoots out like I guess jets of water and closes off that part of the map for a certain amount of seconds. Now in Call of Duty Ghost, that's going to be stepped up a notch. So the players are going to be able to control when that goes on. I'm not saying it's going to be the same thing, but like let's say the logs, for example, since we're using this one. A player is going to be able to go over there and trigger those logs, and then it's going to close off that part of an area, and it won't be accessible at all throughout the whole entire map. So it's going to be interesting to see how strategies are going to evolve and how the map's going to evolve. They say it's constantly happening in real time, and it's constantly happening. I wonder if it's going to be random or if it's going to be predictable every time. Like, those logs are always going to be in the same position, or if it's going to be random. If it's Call of Duty, it's most likely going to be predictable, and those logs are always going to be in the same position, because a lot of the time, that's how it is in Call of Duty. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Go ahead, like, comment, all that good stuff. This challenge was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, guys, keep calm.
And drop a 50 bomb.
It wasn't pretty, but you got it done. Good job.